Today we're gonna do it. We're gonna cut down every tree in the forest. And I suspect it's going to be quite a process to do it. Because surprisingly, in a game called The Forest, there are a lot of trees. And I'm not really sure what's going on with the sun, but I've already broken the game. I touch one thing and the sun straight up abandons me. I have no idea what it's doing or why, but it's doing this. So thinking about it, there's a few fun ways we could remove the trees. We could chop them all down with an axe, but as amusing as that would be, I'm not gonna do it that way. Or I could use a better axe, or naturally the ever amusing chainsaw, but as we learned before, this still isn't quick enough. I do, however, have the option to chop trees in one hit, which could be a lot faster, but would still take a very long time to get through them all. He's falling all around me. I'm not sure why those trees are falling. This game breaks just a little bit more every time I do something. Like, I wasn't even over there. I walked from the plane to here. Anyways, I can create myself a little sphere, and any tree that comes into this sphere will be chopped down, like so. And then apparently also a bunch of trees over there. I'm not entirely sure why, but that's happening. I could just run around like this and watch the trees all over the map fall down, which would be kind of fun, but at the same time, I want them to all fall down at the same time. But just for fun, let's turn our little radius up to 200 meters. That way every tree within 200 meters should fall down. This isn't 200 meters, but let's go for a jog. I hear lots of trees starting to fall. The game is probably not going to love this, but I'll wait. Yeah, it seems to be a little picky about which trees it wants to knock down for some reason. And it kind of takes its time about it. They get there eventually, but this is not fast enough for me. The game isn't struggling yet. There is also a fun button called Global that I turned on, but I'm not really sure what it does because it's not knocking everything down. Anyways, I think the key to my success is going to be the explosive wire traps because they do have a true blue range of 200 meters. So every tree anywhere nearby is going to go down. And the game's going to slow down a lot. So think like this, but 1,000 times bigger because every tree's gonna fall. And then we get rid of all those trees that are just blocking the view for everyone. The challenges obviously are going to be laying out enough bombs so it covers all the trees and not having any cannibals or animals run into those bombs and set them off before I'm done. And logistically just managing it all because basically this is what it's all gonna look like for me. I need to set bombs spaced out all over the island. But also luckily for me, I can make myself move extra fast so it'll be a little bit less painful. Although the game admittedly doesn't love this either. But this speed will turn this from what would be like a 6-hour project into probably a 2-hour project. So we're gonna load a brand new map, that way none of the trees are touched yet. And now that I think about it, we're just gonna go peaceful because I don't want idiots tripping over my bombs. And this is the world I'm gonna unleash havoc on. I might turn that speed down just a little bit because this is a bit uncontrollable. And I'm not really sure the best way to do this, so I'm just gonna go to the sky and take a look around to see where we're at. Conveniently, I am kind of at one end of the island. So if I start with a few bombs there and kind of spread out and go around and around and around, eventually I'll have enough out there. And anywhere I can, I'm going to put the bombs very close to trees in the hopes that nothing can walk through them. I think I've turned all the creatures off, but I'm not entirely sure. The first bomb has been placed, so I need to go every 200 meters, no more than 200 meters, so I'm going to definitely have some overlap. I wish my little radius would show me the full 200 meters. It would make me a lot more confident. My next biggest challenge is going to be not to trip over any of the mines while I'm moving at very high speed. I can definitely see myself getting very close to done and then accidentally tripping over one of these and setting them off ahead of time. Okay, I've kind of worked myself around the edge. I'm supposed to be flying. So from where I've started, somewhere over there at the point, I've worked my way to here. So I've covered actually a very small part of the map so far. But I knew this one was going to take a while. And if it was going to be easy, I just wouldn't do it. Thank God there's no trees out on any islands. I don't want to figure out that mess. I don't even actually have much of a plan as it is. So I've made it as far as this kind of river. I'm going to do this whole half of the island before moving on to that half. I'm doing this so messily and sloppily, we're going to get some overlapping bombs, but you can never have too many bombs. I'm actually pretty worried about having just a little gap somewhere, so I'm going to explode all these and we're going to have like one tree standing somewhere, which would be pretty amusing by itself, but I would be pretty heartbroken. I should probably also come to terms with the fact that the game is probably going to crash when I set all these off because it's going to have a lot to think about. I really hope this is the big side of the island. That would be great, but I'm still seeing a lot of trees on the other side of the water. I found the big hole in the ground, so that's kind of fun. If you ever want to appreciate the size of a map, just try and place an explosive every 150 meters all over the entire thing. Don't forget to subscribe if you like stupid ideas and bombs. So if I take to the sky, I've kind of done the perimeter of this entire thing with the exception of that corner, then I need to somehow go through the middle. and then do all that over there, and then that over there, and then that over there, and then the snowy part. It's going to be hard to make 6 hours of bomb planting entertaining, so editor, it's up to you. This is the part where I need to start being careful because I'm about to come up on where I started placing bombs, and I don't want to set these off. It's at about this time in these ideas when I start to reflect on if this is going to be worth it and why I'm wasting my time. But we've circled around to the sailboat and the tree, so I'm pretty sure the plane is right there. At least I thought the plane was there. I'm not seeing my bombs, so either they're despawning, which would kind of suck, or I'm completely wrong about where I'm at. Wait, do you see it? I finally came back across my bombs, so we're going to put one right here for good measure and then figure out where we need more. So I've officially circled this part of the island. I just need to do this middle somehow. I think for little bushy sections like this, I could probably put one strip of bombs right down the middle, considering I've got bombs on both sides currently. As for that, we'll figure it out when we get there. Also, if the recording quality of this falls apart a little bit, it's because both the game and my computer are struggling very much to deal with all this. Sometimes these red flowers throw me off and I think they're bombs. At least from the air, I can see that I'm doing a pretty good job so far because that was the first strip of bombs, this one is the second. If the cannibals weren't mad at me before this, they're sure gonna be mad at me after this. Starting to get to that point where it's getting very stressful because I'm trying very hard not to set the bombs off. I don't want to undo this effort. So even when I'm done in an area, I'm still going to lay a few bombs kind of randomly around just to be sure I'm getting all the trees. I'm not entirely sure what this thing is, but it scared the life out of me. I was backing up and turned and walked right into it, and I thought it was either a cannibal or my life exploding. Well, it seems like I'm getting a pretty good spread. I left a bomb there, looked over the hill, and I've got another bomb there and another bomb there. So these trees are definitely going to die. And that's really all I want, just an unobstructed view of the world. I'm fairly confident that's this entire side covered in bombs, at least pretty close. You can even see one down there. So now I've got to figure out how to do the other sides. It's like bombs. Please don't touch them though. Alright, these parts over here are going to be easier because I can see the whole confines of this. Couple bombs, that'll be done. The rest of it looks much simpler than that whole mess was. These areas look a lot smaller from the air. This is actually a really big island. Over here, there's definitely some more spaced out trees, so I need to make lines of bombs basically through nowhere just to reach them. I think that's this whole section covered. Gonna lay a few more bombs just to make sure and obviously connect them from the old part to the new part. I think these crossings are gonna be the hardest part to make sure they go right. They do have a huge radius on them, so it shouldn't be a problem, but I'm just gonna go a little bit extra to be sure. I don't know why I think these things are a good idea. I get a little ways into them and realize how stupid and time consuming this actually is. You think explosions will open the luggage? They probably will. But that's alright, only this much more to go, and it looks a lot bigger once you get over there. Oh good, thunder. Just what I wanted to make myself feel better. Finally getting into the snowy area, so at least I get a change of scenery. Alright, and I got most of that done. My spirits are high and my hopes are low. These up here are probably the highest elevation trees I'm gonna come across. At least the bombs are super easy to see against this snow. I'm getting to that point where I'm kind of just too lazy to really think and plan, so I'm just gonna go with lots of bombs. Quantity over quality. And look at these sneaky trees trying to hide way down below. Even the little ones count. You can't hide. I thought this section was gonna be super easy and quick. Turns out that's giant. That took a long time and I've still got all that to do. Not actually sure what these things are, but I bet they're like bombs. I've never even been over here before. It's remarkable where eco-terrorism can take you. It's looking now like I got a pretty good cover of bombs, just a few last little corners to do. I say corner like it's some small little piece left, but I'm not really actually sure what I have left to do. I'm just gonna fly around and see. I've done most of it, but definitely still need some more in this area. Judging by the amount of red blinkies I'm seeing everywhere, we might be almost there. I'm just gonna scan around just in case. Definitely going a little bit overboard on the bombs, but then again, there's no such thing. And just like that, I legitimately think I'm done. I have no idea how many bombs there are down there. Just gonna do one quick little scan and then I think we're ready to set these off. Look at all the red dots everywhere. Look at the area this encompasses. There was so many all over the place. This took so much work. I really hope they actually blow up and the game doesn't just crash. Next, I also need to find a spot from where to set the bombs off at. Probably over here where the trees are thickest, and just hopefully it's all gonna work out okay. Maybe somewhere like here is gonna be a good central location. That way as the trees are all blowing up, I can kind of look around and see them all go. I'm gonna set a few right here to start off. Curiously, I can't open my inventory anymore. I'm not really sure why. I'm holding a lizard for some reason. I guess this little lizard is gonna come along for the ride, but I think we're about ready to go with this. I really hope this recording works out. So we're gonna touch one of these and we're gonna fly into the sky. Then there we go. Something's definitely happening. Ooh, the game does not like this one little bit. Are we getting a nice chain reaction going? I think it crashed. Nope, it's still going. Just very, very, very slowly. I'm trying to look in the direction the trees are falling. Oh, did it stop there? Why did it stop there? No, hold on. Is there like a render distance it can only go so far on? Where's the rest of the bombs? Hello? Strangely, I'm not seeing any bombs, so I don't know if they set off without knocking the trees down or what happened to them all. Alright, well it would seem all the bombs went off, but the trees did not go with them. I guess the trees only blow up within your radius, but the bombs themselves can go off. Many hours of work to blow up like 3 bombs worth of trees. Well, I can at least do it the good old-fashioned way and just throw the bombs from the sky. This should knock a lot of the trees down. The game's not going to love this either, but it's going to work eventually. Because look at the actual radius of that. It's going to knock down huge chunks of trees every single time. Well, I guess what's a few more hours of doing this. But at least this way I get real-time results and I don't have to wait. Because this is actually going to be kind of fun in itself. Taking my anger out on Mother Nature. This should be a good one. Look how hard it's lagging right now. As soon as I can turn around, we're going to watch that Path of Destruction. The game might also crash here, but we'll see how this goes. Right. Turning. Slowly. Oh, I can see the trees blowing up in the bottom. I don't know where I'm looking anymore. I'm getting like 1 frame per 3 seconds. Come on. Focus. There we go. Trees falling down. They're definitely pretty choosy about which ones fall though within your radius. The bombs will blow up if they're outside of the radius, but they won't take any trees with them. But after seeing exactly how big this radius is, I had way too many bombs out there. It would have absolutely destroyed the world. You know you're getting a good bunch of trees when the game lags this hard though. Not very often we get a top-down view of all the trees falling either. Look at them all go. And the game lags. Excellent. I wonder why they don't log with dynamite in real life. This seems way more efficient. It's pretty interesting how different the game looks without all the trees. Just cut down the final tree on this entire side of the map. That by itself took a long time. We've still got to do all this. Luckily this side has a few less trees, so it's a little bit quicker to clear out, but still pretty enjoyable overall. Looking back in that direction, I wouldn't actually even recognize this as the forest anymore. But that means I've actually started to accomplish something. One thing that is beginning to annoy me is these little trees. They kind of render in and out, but also the bombs don't really blow them up. But other than that, things are going just great. This little patch is the final patch. All of the trees on the map are going to be gone once they're gone. And it's been a fun little adventure. It's kind of a shame I couldn't get them all at once with the multiple bombs. Not going to do anything about the trees that don't render in, but that's it. All of the forest now without the forest. So let's take a little fight around and appreciate just how different it looks without all the trees. And there were a lot of trees because, again, it's right there in the name. The game's called The Forest. You can see all the stumps down there. This is known where players kind of spawn and run around. No trees, nothing at all, no life whatsoever. Just the way I like it. Look what happens when we remove the fog. Ooh, it doesn't look good at all. But it does look interesting. But that's a good way to confirm. No trees. I don't really want to exit out of this world because I feel like it's not going to load back in. It was feeling pretty weird the whole time. But I'm happy with this result. Mission accomplished. On to the next really stupid idea.